What's good, motherfuckers? It's the Broys. Bergen Austin back on the fucking mic, episode 18 of the Broys podcast. You know the fucking vibes. Your host, Nicholas Bergman. Your co-host, Austin Adams. Austin, baby. How are we?
This is the time of the week here where I get to sit here in my chair, looking out to my left and seeing this beautiful water. And to my right, I have Bergman on my fucking screen once more for another fucking podcast. How you doing, brother?
Fucking great, man. Living life, dude. 4th of July weekend, bro. First of all, hope everyone had a great 4th and a safe 4th. My 4th
For
sucked
sure.
balls, dude. I was home alone. I went to a couple parties, but it was pouring rain, dude. It just killed my vibe. Work was
It's pouring
dead.
rain here as well.
I had to close. Work was fucking dead, dude. It was pretty brutal. Did you have a fun and safe 4th, mister?
Let me tell you about Florida before I tell you about what happened on the 4th. Well, it leads into what happened on the 4th. The thing about Florida is that whenever it's Christmas, it's hot as fuck. Whenever it's the 4th of July, it rains a shit ton. That is the problem with Florida. You can't have fucking fun sometimes. You can have fun on every other day that you would like to honestly maybe not have fun on. But with the days you want to have a little bit more fun on, it pretty much says go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's fucking Mother Nature. It's like when you're trying to have a fucking graduation party and it rains. It's like, well, fuck me. I graduate once and now it's raining. So go fuck yourself, Mother Nature. You know what I mean?
You know
I
exactly
remember-
what you're talking about.
I remember a couple years ago. It was like my not a couple years ago. It was a while ago. But anyway, it was like the first time my mom threw a party at the house for my brother's birthday. It was like his 8th birthday or something like that. And it was literally, I'm pretty sure we got hit with a heat wave that week. It was like very nice out. Although it was kind of too hot. It started to like cool down during the end of the week. And on his birthday, it was pouring rain. And then it turned into hail. And there was a double rainbow. It's probably the sickest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, but that's just an example of how Mother Nature picks you up and
fucking
absolutely
crazy.
fucks you.
Picks you up, fucks, just sets you back down,
Hey,
and then
Austin,
grabs you a towel. What's up?
do we have a fucking card this weekend?
You're playing cards this weekend?
I don't think you heard me, brother. We have a fucking card this weekend.
Oh, buddy, yeah, we got a fucking card this weekend, don't we? Here, UFC 260 fucking 4. I listen. This shit was like announced like 3 months ago. I never thought that we would get here this quickly, but we're already fucking here. I'm so excited.
We are here. We have approximately 4 days until McGregor
4 fucking
versus
days.
Poirier 3.
The shitty part about this fight happening on this date is that I have to go to work at 6 a.m. the next day. But fuck it, I
And
don't
the main
care.
card, you know, they're gonna milk the main card. It's gonna start at like 12:15.
Oh, for sure, for sure. They'll show like 100 proper 12 ads, 100 fucking Louisiana hot sauce ads.
couple maybe an ad about the foundation. Speaking of the foundation, what do we got, Austin?
Oh, are you talking about the Good Fight Foundation?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, we discussed this on an earlier podcast, but let's bring it back up again for the heat of the conversation.
Well, the reason we're bringing it back up, let me just give you guys the background of it. Basically, the UFC or ESPN, I don't know which one it was, maybe both combined, but they basically interviewed a few past fighters and I believe maybe a coach. I'm not too sure, but anyway, a couple past fighters about who they think is going to win, giving predictions, and Colby Covington had some shit to say.
It wasn't ESPN. It was I think it was, I want to say either MMA Junkie or honestly, it doesn't
Like
matter.
a
but
third party
pretty
UFC like news.
So Colby Covington really wasn't really talking about the Good Fight Foundation. He was more saying that Dustin's pretty much like a fake guy. Like he pretty much said that Colby also wait. So
Yeah, I kind of set you up bad for that. The Colby
you
had
did.
nothing to do with the foundation. I just want to say that that's like what we're going to get to. But Colby did have some words for what he thought about the main card for UFC 264. So let me leave you with that, Austin.
Yeah, you kind of fucked me there, bud.
I didn't fuck you. I just set you up for greatness. I just corrected my mistakes. Now fucking talk.
Okay.
Bitch.
So Colby Covington said on this fucking interview that that he has a video of Dustin Poirier knocking out this guy or this amateur fighter that came to help him in the gym. He was just sparring with him, right? And he said, quote unquote, Dustin screamed woo after he knocks out and concusses this amateur. Okay. And Colby goes on record saying about how sick he was of Dustin, about how Dustin was treating people behind closed doors and the gimmick he plays, quote unquote. Dustin is nothing more than a piece of shit, according to Colby Covington. And it's funny because Colby Covington fights at like 180. He fights at welterweight. Like that's a 25-pound weight difference if they were ever going to fight in the first place. Or wait, no, sorry, 15. It's 170. But still, like, there would be no point in them. They're in two separate divisions, so it's funny that he's actually attacking him like this. And Colby Covington has a date with Kamaru Usman in a few months, more than likely. And so he's saying that this guy Dustin knocked out this amateur behind closed doors, was screaming woo and knew like he had just won the world title, quote unquote. And Colby said he's going to release this to the public. I'm assuming probably after the fight or maybe right before the fight. And Colby also states that Dustin is faker. Is even faker than his wife Jolie's gimmicks on her chest. What do you think about that, Bird?
All I know is this fight's gonna be fucking juicy, and I'm not talking about the gimmicks on Jolie's chest either. Those are not the juicy gimmicks we're talking about here. No, I don't. That's like Colby must know some shit about Dustin if he's like I don't know.
This video.
I don't know what Dustin did to Colby. Maybe Colby just does not fuck with the fake people. But calling out his fucking wife, that's just fucking. I don't know, dude. That's crazy.
Listen, Colby doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't, bro. He has no filter. No,
he really doesn't. And then Colby also states at the end of the interview, Dustin Poirier will be nothing but a gatekeeper and Khabib's son for life. I guess a gatekeeper to the title. Because he's Khabib's son, according to Colby. But the Good Fight Foundation, which we spoke on earlier, which we got confused and mixed up on, McGregor's team was so in the press conference in the last fight, McGregor was talking to Poirier on record because they were at the conference. This was live, saying, yes, I'll pretty much donate money to your foundation or whatever. We'll get it handled. I'll contact your people, $500,000, whatever. So McGregor's team apparently reached out to Dustin Poirier's team in regards to donate money to the Poirier's Good Fight Foundation during the press conference. Okay. And so he thanked McGregor at the whenever they went to go line up for the what do they call it? The fuck's it called? My mind went blank.
The face off.
Face off, thank you. So and then after the fight, after he lost, McGregor's team stopped responding to emails, so money was never sent. And so they had some exchanges on Twitter. I know that you know more about the Twitter, or was it Instagram exchanges?
Yeah, Instagram.
More or less.
And let me just say real quick. So basically, McGregor basically gave Poirier his word that he would do it. He had never done it yet. So that's why Poirier like thanked him for his gentleman's word to donate the money to his foundation. But after the fight, like Austin said, no money was sent. They stopped, responding to emails. McGregor's team did. And then McGregor went to Twitter, or Instagram, something pissed him off, and basically posted a picture and said in the caption, the prediction is in. I'm going to win the trilogy fight via a front kick to the nose. Round number 4. His nose needs straightening, and I'm rhinoplasty. So McGregor came out hot, and then Poirier went to Instagram and posted a picture with the caption, That's a fun prediction. At the Notorious MMA, you also predicted a donation to my foundation, and you and your team stopped responding after the fight in January. See you soon, July 10th, paid in full.
Paid in fucking full.
So that was when was that? When was the Instagram stuff? That was probably like about a month ago, right? Maybe a month and a couple weeks. Yeah.
Month. Well, actually, I know it probably was around either early April.
Dude, when you said time is flying, like, think about that. That felt like it was like like a week ago when they went on Instagram or whatever they did. So the time is flying by very fast.
Because he after this he said that the fight was not gonna happen. He called him a fucking hillbilly.
Yeah, McGregor basically said. I saw more tweets. It basically said. McGregor said, "I'm not fighting you on the 10th. I'm fighting somebody else, and you can go back to your like no contract or your old contract, little kid or something like that." So, yeah. But now it's officially happening. Now
it's fucking ramped up.
Oh yeah,
they're ready to fucking roll.
Listen,
this guy fucking McGregor moved to fucking California, left his family in Ireland.
A gym.
Opening a fucking gym, moved all of his his sparring partners and coaches out there. They all live in houses out there.
And let me say something:
the gym, they're going from the house to the gym. That's what they've been doing for like the past 3 months.
The gym is beautiful too. It's a nice ass gym.
Nice fucking gym, dude. He's in that mind state to where he's cut off everything else around him, and to go back to his old self when he didn't have nothing. But he still has all that, and he has his hair back. Yeah, he has his hair back, dude. He never loses if he has his fucking hair on. I mean, whenever he doesn't fucking go bald.
Whenever he has his hair on, he just throws on a wig.
Yeah, he just throws on a fucking wig. No, whenever he's not fucking shaving his head off.
Yeah. So yeah, that dude, that's like the type of this is the type of shit I live for, bro. Like some nice shit talk. You just know the fight's gonna be good. And let me just ask you this, Austin. I know you knew it was coming. Who do you have winning this fight?
Let's talk about this card first, then we'll give our predictions.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm down for that. So all right. So to set up the main event, we have the co-main, Burns versus Thompson. I know you know some stuff about Thompson.
Gilbert Burns. Yep. Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Wonderboy fucking Thompson. I love Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He's such a having him, Conor McGregor, and Sugar Sean on one card together, there's so much potential for something fucking insane to happen. Like, knockout wise. All three of these guys can do something absolutely crazy and put on a top 5 knockout you've ever fucking seen.
Do you think it's the best card of all time?
This shit's no way. It's not the best card of all time. It's not the best card of this year, but this card's fucking phenomenal. It's fucking phenomenal.
I think from from the outsider, like the casual point of view, I would say it's a very good card.
It's a very good card for a casual. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. As somebody that loves MMA, it's not what it could be because Sean's fighting a guy that has 250 fucking followers on Twitter, man. What is he doing? He's going backwards.
Hey,
in the
straight
rankings,
out of Milford, Mass, though. Shout out to my Boston people.
Holy fuck, what is he doing, man? He needs to be going up in the rankings, not backwards. He needs to be fighting somebody that was... Listen, everybody, he said, who wants to fight me? Every bantamweight said, let's fucking go.
Yep.
Whatever. I can't believe he's fighting this guy that's 250 followers and doesn't have his fucking picture on the UFC fucking website.
Guys, we have 1/10 of his followers on our podcast channel. Let's just let that set in for a second.
It's crazy.
Speaking of that, go follow the Twitter. Yeah. All right, and continue, Austin.
So the fact that we have, well, listen, Sugar Sean's probably gonna knock this guy out, and it's probably gonna be fucking insane. Let's go ahead and say that, okay? It's probably gonna happen. All right.
This is not financial advice, but if you guys do have some extra money, I would take the under on the Sean O'Malley versus Chris. What's his name? Chris Maltino. I would definitely take the under on that fight.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's not my official prediction for that fight yet. We'll get to that.
Oh,
but
God.
Still, having all that shit on one card makes it great. So we got Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Gilbert's coming off a loss to Kamaru Usman, our champion.
Very emotional after the fight
welterweight
too.
division. Yeah, he was very emotional. He was crying. I mean, I watched that shit and it touched me because that motherfucker worked his ass off to get there. I mean, look at his fucking ears. I know he worked his fucking ass off to get there. You got some cauli fucking flowers over there, bub. But yeah, if this fight goes to the ground, if he can get him to the ground, Gilbert Burns has a great chance. He is one of the best jiu-jitsu's technique wise, and because he's so big, he just attacks you and grabs you and mauls you. And so if he gets a hold of your arm and an arm bar, you're done for. So interesting fight. I mean, listen, I hope Stephen Wonderboy fucking just does something crazy and knocks him out with a kick, because that's what he's known for, and that's the coolest shit he can do is just knock him out with a kick. Like a spinning back kick would be dope. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. What do you think?
I think it will be too. I'd say Tyron Woodley. He fought him in 2020. And he won by decision, 5 rounds. I would
they
say
fought
that
10 rounds though, man. And he won. They drawed first fight. They drawed.
Yep.
And they fought again, and it went down to the final round.
But what I'm saying is, I think Tyron Woodley, I don't think he's the same fighter as Thompson, but he's kind of, I would say, like the same build.
As Gilbert Burns, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's
going to be a
good fight. It's going to be a really good fight.
I agree.
I would say. Does it go the distance? I'm not sure. Like you said, I think if he can take him down, I think he has a good chance, but I definitely wouldn't try to win the fight if I was Gilbert Burns standing up with Stephen Thompson. One of the best kickboxers in the world, so
of all time. Yeah. Easily. So that's a very interesting fight stylistically, because you have the karate guy versus jiu-jitsu guy.
I don't know if you saw that video either, Austin, but Stephen Thompson's kickboxing coach, the way he fought when he was fighting was to not get touched. So it'll be interesting.
Stephen Thompson or Gilbert Burns?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Gilbert Burns. He was fighting not to get touched. So if he can kind of counter those kicks and those punches with some of his own power, it'll be interesting to see if he can fight on his feet.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when it comes to this fight is going to be timing. Can Gilbert Burns time his takedowns perfectly whenever Stephen is going for those kicks? Because it's going to have to be quick. Those kicks are instant. You have to be so quick on your feet just to. And we saw when we were watching UFC Countdown, me and Berg, this guy was working on his footwork. His footwork looks good, but it doesn't look as good as it needs to be to beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, in my opinion, because he's fought Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley is an absolute dog, and his footwork's insane too. I mean, his footwork is very similar to Gilbert Burns too, but he does it better than Gilbert Burns, is what I'm trying to say. So, with that being said, timing is everything when it comes to this fight, and that's probably what's going to determine this fight is takedown timing when it comes to kick timing.
This is a fight I feel like I wouldn't want to bet on. I just want to enjoy, because it's, in my opinion, it's a flip of a coin, dude. It's
so interesting.
It's gonna be good. Gilbert Burns is the underdog too, and he's ranked higher.
Yep.
So
I think that the reason that he is ranked or he is not favored is because in that last fight, Kamaru Usman had ever since he started coaching with training with Justin Gaethje's coach and Rose Namajunas' coach, the striking coach. He's turned into this animal with this fist, and we saw that in that fight. And I think that might sway bettors when it comes to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, one of the greatest strikers in MMA. When it comes to timing and the technique that Kamaru Usman showed, who wasn't really that good of a striker before, against Gilbert Burns, what can Wonderboy do? You know what I mean? What can he actually do to this guy that Kamaru Usman did, but he can do it better?
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much all I know about that fight. I know Greg Hardy's coming back. We got Greg Hardy, the Prince of War. This guy, I like watching him fight because he just doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
He just
throws haymakers.
He looks at his face. His face is always in. He looks like he's gonna kill somebody 24/7. He literally looks like he's gonna kill somebody 24/7.
I actually haven't heard of the guy he's fighting either.
I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
He's apparently he's from Australia, but he has a
What division is
Tsubasa.
this? Is this
That sounds like
welterweight or heavyweight?
This is heavyweight.
Yeah.
And this guy sounds like he has a Hawaiian or what's it? The
I don't know where you're going with this. I'm trying to save you, but I just can't.
Yeah.
We got a fallen soldier. One shot, no stim.
Yeah. Never mind. Anyways, that's gonna be a decent fight. That's probably listen. These guys are gonna throw fucking haymakers at each other, and that's all that fucking counts. Everybody loves seeing fucking people knock each other out.
That's why heavyweights are fun to watch in the UFC. Heavyweight and lightweight are. I think we talked about this before, Austin. Probably our favorite weight classes to watch.
Heavyweight, lightweight, probably most fun to watch.
Yeah, most fun to watch.
Because the lightweight is like it's the perfect weight to fight at. Like I feel like you're at your peak shape, and I don't know. I feel like that's
lightweight
like you're like the average guy. You're like the
145?
average guy. No, it's 155, and everybody's like
155.
5'10".
Yeah.
Everybody's like 5'8" to 5'11".
They're all built.
In that ballpark.
Every single
And they're
one.
all built, and they're like the average person, the average height of the average person. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's what makes it cool as well.
So,
and then the heavyweights are just fucking huge.
With that all being said, Austin, I'm gonna ask you again here now. I need some goddamn predictions.
Okay. All right. So we'll start at the bottom of the card.
Yep.
Sugar Sean versus Chris Mochino. Obviously, we all know who
Chris.
the fucking Chris
Obviously,
Mochino
Chris is gonna win.
Obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sugar Sean. What about yourself?
Oh, I thought I implied that with picking Chris.
Oh, you're going Chris?
No, absolutely not. Sugar Sean in one round, knockout.
Okay.
2 minutes in.
Irene Aldana.
Let me just ask you something real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Do you think Sean goes for like that all-star knockout, that
Yes.
highlight knockout, or do you think he just puts this guy into the ground?
I want him to see him put him into the ground, but
And what I mean by that, by put him into the ground, like he had fuck, dude, I forgot who he fought last. Anyway, he had this guy like done 2 different times, and he could have just finished the fight. And what I mean by put him into the ground is like I just want him to go out there and finish it. I don't want him to go for that all-star knockout blow or that kick that puts him on his ass. Like I just want to see him fucking win the fight.
he fought Thomas Almeida.
Yeah, and he went.
Yeah, and there was multiple points in that fight where he could have finished it right then and there, but he was going for such an impressive knockout to fucking get it fucking trending on Twitter.
Yeah,
you know. But listen, he could put this guy into the ground probably within a minute and a half.
Yeah,
okay,
probably.
2.5 minutes if he wanted to. But if he's going to sit there and go for the crazy knockout, I might go past 1 round. But I doubt that.
Yeah, I don't see it going past a round. And
I want him to go for the killer instinct and finish the fight early, but motherfucker, it's a Conor McGregor card.
Right.
Sold out arena in fucking Las Vegas. Come on, bro. He's gonna put on a fucking show.
And he's the opening fight on the main card.
Opening act, brother. The opening act. Come on.
I just hope
he's gonna put on a show, bro.
I just hope the fucking crowd is full when he's fighting. It should be. I feel like
100% it will be, bro. No doubt.
Then you got it followed up with Irene Aldana and Yana Kunitskaya.
Russian.
Kunitskaya.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yana.
Yeah, she fights.
She fights out of America. Yeah, she fights out of American Top Team. I don't really know much about these fighters. I'm not gonna lie, but I trust American Top Team fighters over any other fighters. Whenever I don't know where they fight from, so that's what I'm gonna go with. She's not even favored in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's plus 100, and then Irene's minus 125. It's women's bantamweight division. And so yeah, I'm gonna go with Yana. Who do you have for that fight?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Yana too.
Okay.
She's the
So we
underdog,
got
but you always got to take an underdog in these cards, so that's who I'm gonna take.
yeah. I mean, and you really never know. I mean, this fight's minus 125, one plus 100. That's not really. Those are pretty even
Yeah,
odds.
those
You
are
know what I
like
mean, To a certain extent.
Vegas odds. That's like coin flip odds.
Pretty much. So you got Tai Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy. I want Greg Hardy to win
I do
because I
too.
like Greg Hardy. So I'm gonna go with fucking Greg Hardy.
I'm gonna go Greg Hardy too because I feel like that's another coin flip right there. And I
Heavyweight's
think with
always-
heavyweight fights, like
Most of them.
their hands are so heavy, it's all about who connects first. Even a heavyweight punch, if you get stunned, that's like a lot. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
For sure. So we got Gilbert Burns in the co-main event versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson at a welterweight bout. Odds for Gilbert Burns is plus 125. Stephen Thompson minus 155.
I'm going with Gilbert, bro. I think Gilbert is hungry. I think he takes this. Steven's training really hard, and I really like who he is. He's very he's a class act. And personally, I probably don't care who wins that fight because they're two very good fighters. But I would probably take Gilbert Burns in this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Stephen Thompson. I think he's gonna solve the I think he's already solved the problem that Gilbert Burns will already propose to him because he's already seen it better twice for fucking 50 minutes. Seen it for 50 minutes. He's gonna stop this guy in second round. TKO.
Okay. I'll let you start off with this last one.
No. So we got
fighting out of the red corner. Mixed martial arts.
Weighing in at 155 fucking pounds of fucking proper fucking pro.
The notorious McGregor.
Yeah. Conor McGregor is at plus 108 for this fight odds. Dustin Poirier favored at minus 130. Listen, man, we've already talked about the fucking what we think is going to happen, what could happen. Listen here. This is what's going to happen.
Oh, you're putting your dick on the table?
Yes.
This is what's going to happen?
This is what's going to happen.
You guys heard it here first. Austin Zolt making the call.
As much as I love Dustin Poirier.
Hold on, before you continue, take a look outside your window. I want you to visualize this.
It's fucking storming almost. Well, it's about to.
Well, the storm's brewing.
Man, like Milwaukee, we keep it brewing. All right, listen. Fuck it. Back to me. Listen. Dustin Poirier, although I love you.
I love where this is going.
I think that you will eventually be the lightweight champion of the world. I generally hope for the sake of the sport that Conor McGregor wins this fight. And I'll tell you what he can do to win this, or why I think he will win this fight. This guy left his wife that just had another kid in the past 8 months, okay, to come to California to train, focusing on Dustin Poirier, keeping his fucking hair on. Listen, Conor McGregor, second round KO. Actually, no. This fight's going longer than that. I'm sorry. Fourth round KO. Fourth round submission.
You think
Fourth round
McGregor is going to
submission.
submit Poirier in the fourth round?
Fourth round submission. You heard it here live.
I'm taking McGregor too, but I think if it goes past 3 rounds, it's going the length. McGregor's not a lengthy fighter. Meaning, like, he doesn't have the best record when the fight goes the distance. But if he doesn't knock him out in the first 3 rounds, it's going to go the distance.
Listen, but realistically, I think that Conor McGregor if he wants to win this fight, he needs to put him away within the first 2 rounds. Because listen, Dustin Poirier has proven himself that he can last 3 to fucking 4 to fucking 5 rounds. He's done it with Habib, did it with Dan Hooker. Listen, only way this gets done for Conor McGregor is the first 2 rounds. Okay, I'm being serious here. Dustin after 3, it's Dustin's ball game. Simple as that. He'll win by decision, even if it goes that. It's the same thing I said for the last fight. It's the truth. Realistically, that's what's gonna happen. If I'm a betting man, I'm going with Dustin Poirier. But if you want to make some money, it's not a bad bet to put fucking. If you're gonna put money on Conor, put it on him knocking him out in the first 2 rounds. What's the under in that fight?
Could you see this fight being like a Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz fight?
No.
Well, what I mean by that is Leon Edwards coming out hot, or say Poirier coming out hot, and McGregor just, or I'm fucking this all up. McGregor comes out hot, and then Poirier just kind of chips away at him in the last couple of rounds. That's what I mean by that.
I think the better
if it
example
does go the distance.
I think the better example of what you're trying to say is the Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski's the third fight, or the second fight. In the second fight, they haven't fought 3 times. In the second fight, how Max Holloway was essentially dominating the fight for the first 3 rounds. In my opinion, he won that fight. But he lost the last 2 rounds in the judges' eyes, and the third round was controversial.
Yeah.
I think the same thing could happen with Conor McGregor coming out hot and Dustin Poirier just defending himself and forcing this fight until where Conor McGregor is a little bit more tired, because we really haven't seen his stamina over the past few years. We know it's there. We saw it whenever he fought Mayweather. We know it's there, but can he rise above? And because these guys are going to go in and throw hands, man. And heart is really going to come into play. And I know Dustin has heart. We haven't seen McGregor's heart in 6 years, or not 6 years, but 4 to 5 years. Yeah. So, fuck, this is a powerhouse fight. I'm going Dustin. I'm going to go Dustin. But Conor McGregor, I want him to win for the love of the sport, but he has to do it in the first 2.
I'm taking McGregor.
I love that you're taking McGregor. Hey, it doesn't matter. Whoever wins this fight is probably fighting fucking for the title.
Listen, as much as Dustin could win this trilogy,
I think the loser of this fight's Beneil Dariush as well. The guy who just beat Tony Ferguson in May.
But no, as much as Dustin could win this trilogy, bro, like I want Conor to win so bad that I don't want Dustin to win.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah, I can see that. As a betting perspective here, that's what I'm going with.
And the best part about it is, now that COVID's kind of being regulated, vaccines rolling out, this stadium is going to be fucking loud.
Packed. Jam-packed, bro. Sold the fuck out. So that's our thoughts on the UFC 264. I know we have a new segment that we're gonna start doing instead of FMK. Instead of the story
FMK is
segment.
kind of getting stale. If you guys like it, let us know, and we can like keep doing it, because it's not a super long segment, but we found something like very, very, something that could be very funny. We got to test it out and see how it is, but we're gonna try it this episode, and I'll let Austin kind of explain it here. Unless you want me to.
Well, I know that you told me before the podcast, you gave me a brief description of it's essentially you're gonna give me a random story, and I have to narrate myself in that story in third person.
Just a random topic, so you can kind of base anything off of it, I would say.
Yeah. So whereas he would say, give me the first 30 minutes of when you wake up, or some bullshit like.
Yeah. Right.
Just something like that.
Just anything.
You have to be like, so Austin woke up in his bed on Saturday morning. And then tell a story like that. You're narrating yourself, so it sounds weird.
So, do you want me to give you a topic first, or do you want to give me one first?
I'm gonna give you one first.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Ordering your Dunkin' coffee.
Oh, this is a good one, bro. You set me up for success here. That's why I love you. All right, here we go. Ready? It's a Tuesday morning. Berg has to go to work. It's not a good day. But he loves his job. And he loves his Dunkin' iced coffee. So it's going to be a fantastic fucking day. So Berg hops up out of bed, miserable as fuck. Checks his phone, no notifications because he doesn't get bitches. But that's okay. Hop in the shower, get out, throw on some clothes to go to work, hop in the fucking Nissan Maxima, and drive my ass 15 minutes across town to the Dunkin' next to my work. Berg pulls up to the drive-thru. The lady asks him how his day is going. He says, not so good. She asks him what he can get for him. Berg orders a medium iced caramel mocha regular. And when I mean regular, I mean cream and sugar. He then asks for an espresso shot.
You mean he?
Yeah, he then asks for an espresso shot in his coffee to get him absolutely fucking McTwisted so we can talk to people at his miserable ass retail job. As soon as I suck that shit down, bro. Pause, no homo. As soon as I suck that last little bit of cream out of the bottom of that cup. Oh, did I say I?
Yeah.
As soon as he sucks that last little bit of cream out of that coffee cup that says America runs on Dunkin', he is ready to fuck up some Verizon accounts. Drops mic.
Fantastic. That was a good story.
Is that good?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's gonna be. You'll get used to fucking not talking in third person.
Yeah,
and
no,
not saying
it's kind of
I.
hard
It's
because
hard.
I hate
It's so
talking
hard.
about myself in the third person. It's so weird.
It is. That's what makes it funny. Okay. All right. My turn.
I need a narration of Austin playing some Warzone.
Okay. I haven't played Warzone in a minute, but here we go. Once upon a time, there was a man named Austin who was just laying in bed, miserable as fuck, not getting any bitches on Tinder or Bumble, scrolling through Instagram and Twitter, and it just says, you know what? Fuck it. He says out loud, I'm going to play some fucking Warzone. He then proceeds to hop out of his bed, throw some shorts on, turn the fucking computer on, and then turn on his monitor. He then open up the Warzone app from the shitty BattleNet application. Continues to hop on the game. Drops in. He drops in with no buddies because he doesn't have friends.
It's so sad.
He just explores the wilderness of Warzone looking for people to slaughter. He jumps out of a helicopter. Usually likes to go hospital. If he can't find a helicopter, he just averts to the ground warfare. Slide canceling. He slide cancels left, right, and searching for enemies to destroy, and he never wins a game. He leaves after 2 games because Warzone gets annoying. Dying from an RPG. He dies from another camper on another building, a different game later. And then in the gulag, he gets stuck by a Simtex. And then the following game, he goes to the gulag one more time. And he happens to die by a fucking throwing knife. And so he wonders why he even got on the fucking game in the first place. He continues to fucking turn the PC off and go back to his miserable life in bed. That was the story of Austin playing Warzone.
That was fucking beautiful. Sounds like me every day. Although I'm usually not in bed, I'm in this chair watching whatever is entertaining at that moment. I don't want to be stuck talking about myself in the third person all day.
Dude, imagine everywhere you went, you had to talk about yourself in third person. Like they said, like, and somebody said, "Hey, will you do this for me?" And instead of you saying, "I will do it for you," you say, "Berg will do it for you." Think about that.
What if you had to narrate yourself in a Yoda voice?
So
Do this
you're
very
narrating
good, Berg will. To the store, Berg goes.
That'd be even better.
That would be like a clip straight out of fucking Split or whatever that movie is, where the guy has like 9 different personalities.
Oh my goodness.
Very mad Berg is. Gets high, Berg does. Smokes out a bong, he will.
No, Yoda makes that noise. Yeah, I think I would want to be Jar Jar Binks.
I'd want to be Jabba the fucking Hutt.
Hey, Jabba the Hutt gets bitches.
Yeah, he does. That guy's like the Heineken guy. But instead of drink responsibly, it's listen responsibly.
Because that's what you have to do when you listen to us. Unapologetically. I think this card this weekend though is going to be jam packed, and I'm so excited for it. I'm going to be drinking proper 12 per usual for a Conor McGregor fight.
Dude, my phone fell off my like lap, and I was wondering why, and it was just because I was rock hard thinking about the event. If you can believe that.
We're going to cut to commercial break. We'll be right back. No, but follow us on Twitter, motherfuckers. Listen, we only have like 20 followers on Twitter, and I know everybody loves our podcast.
If you guys don't have a Twitter account,
Bro, I
just
thought my
make one.
power just went out.
Twitter.
My power's about to go out. We got to end the podcast. My power's going out.
All right. Well, that being said, it looks like there are torrential downpours and high increasing winds.
They're coming
in the
everywhere.
Panama City
I'm
Beach
reporting
area.
live from a category 5.
I like turtles. No, but for real, I think this is a really good podcast. We're getting better with just talking about shit, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
We try to be funny. Like, so if we're not funny, you gotta let us know. Then we won't try to be funny, and then maybe you'll think it's funny. Is that?
You just brain fucked me.
Isn't that how it works, bro?
Dude, I don't know, dude. I think we're so funny that when we try to be extra funny, like, it's not funny, but at the same time, like, maybe we think we're trying to be extra funny, but we're not, and we're actually funny. It's thundering here, too.
It could be personal opinion, so...
Oh, that's not thunder. That's a motorcycle. Okay. With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to episode 18 of the Broys Podcast. I will be in Florida in approximately 4 weeks from this Saturday. It's going to be a good fucking time.
Yay.
Appreciate everyone for listening. Make sure you guys follow us on our socials. Austin is going to be uploading on TikTok this week. I don't give a fuck what he says. It's past 4th of July, so we have no excuses now.
I
We'll
work
get some
all of
content
this
out
week
there.
after today.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're going to get it done. Thank you guys for listening. It's been Berg and Austin, the Broys, and we're
Peace.
fucking out.
Motherfuckers.
Bye, daddies.
Yeah, you enjoy this shit. This weekend.